us, our prayer is that APC will not survive, even me, will not survive 2026. That is my prayer, because this is how not to govern a country.
In Edo State, right?
This is across the country. This is how not to govern a country. This is how not to govern a country. A situation where you have tax left, right, center. There is no investor who will come to a state or a country where taxes is the order of the day.
Now, you can go. This is all of having a conversation. It's not question and answer. But do you think if the PDP did well, Nigerians would have clamored for change at the time?
Mr. Moses,
sir,
I must be frank with you. The worst civilian is better than the best of all military rule.
A lot of people.
The worst PDP is better than this APC.
Yeah.
Because you can catch your mind back.
You are right.
I
agree.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. In fact, I've been praying.
I disagree.
I've been praying that they should take us back to where they met us.
I think our problem is because things are getting worse, we forget that it was bad before.
No, it wasn't this bad. That was
but it was bad.
As of 2015, Nigerians were like, "What the hell is going on? What is happening?"
No,
I don't say no now. That was why people bought into
people were brainwashed.
Which one is brainwashed?
Hold on. They told the people that, look, you see this fuel, if we enter, it's going to be 50 naira per liter.
But you know that people wanted to
hold on, I'm coming. They told them naira be $1 to $1 instead of 1.97. It was then. Oh, you can see brainwashing. They told you that the insecurity with Buhari being a general, 6 months everything will be over. Please.
That is not brainwashing. At that time, that fuel was 197 naira. Nigerians were already complaining. Now, the question of Moses.
They didn't tell you that there was no subsidy. I hope you know.
No. Jordan wanted to remove subsidy.
He wanted to. They said there was no subsidy. They said there was no subsidy. They went to Jota and said that subsidy was a fraud.
Barrister, hold on. The question Moses asked is this: do you think that if things didn't go worse now, that Nigerians wouldn't have been happy that PDP was taken out?
No, look, if things were as bad as they were painting it before the people.
No, Barrister, let us walk back in time. At that time, Nigerians were already complaining.
No.
That naira was 200 and something. That fuel was 197 naira.
No. They use the media. They use the media to paint a
Nigerians were complaining as at 2015.
I have given you my own statistics. As at that time, Nigerians they use the media to paint a very bad picture of the situation.
And Nigerians got into it.
The
situation was bad then.
It wasn't.
It was. Why you say it wasn't bad?
Have you ever buy rice 8,000 naira in this life again? 8,000 naira.
No, but at the point we were buying rice 8,000 naira. The rice was cheaper before that time. To 8,000 naira.
But at that time,
it was 8,000 naira.
Now, under 10 years of
let's not forget that inflation the world over has affected the price of things. Yes, it has.
To this level, Abi?
Well, I wouldn't say to this level, but it has affected the price of things.
That's what we're saying now, to this level, because you have to compare notes. Are you get what I'm saying? Your own inflation is galloping. They have been rebasing. Yeah, the thing is, even whenever the thing want to go up, they will look for money to shut it up. So we are patching inflation here. We are patching it. Right. Anyway, as a matter of fact, all the things that APC promised you and I, mention one that they have done. Just one. No, tell me, insecurity under their watch. From
that they promised change and change they brought.
No. The change is for a better Nigeria.
No, they didn't say we'll bring a better Nigeria. They said they will bring change.
Coverage.
You are becoming a devil's advocate too.
It's not a devil's advocate. They said they will bring change and change from back to.
I want this type of.
Sorry, please. Let's have you land on your point. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Moses.
Go ahead, please.
You see, we must learn to communicate the right thing to the people, like my siblings who are still in the village. You see, where this crop of persons that are presently occupying our various government houses across the country, including FCT. I remember I was an active participant in the civil society, Occupy Nigeria. Even the present president, President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, told us that within 4 years that he will give us stable electricity. That if he refuse, we should not vote him again.
Exactly.
But I guess that he's aware. As I speak, I don't have light. And I'm paying exorbitant, they call it band A. I'm paying heavily. So for us, we must call a spade a spade. They told us, they brainwashed, according to what my senior brother said there just now. They brainwashed the people by saying that the issue of Chibok girls that time was at its zenith. They told us that the issue of insecurity would be blah, blah, blah. Just yesterday here, at the center of Ring Road, a guy that came from Europe, they robbed him of his valuables and they killed him at the center of Edo State. Ring Road here. The Edo State is bleeding. The Senator Amado Pebro and his cabinet, they are in Glasgow doing investment summit. It is sad and disheartening.
It is sad. I think we are miscommunicating here. Moses asked a very simple question. If things had improved, if things got better under the APC administration, will we be asking for PDP to come back now? And the simple answer is no.
No.
And it is just that, unfortunately, APC couldn't manage the economy and it got worse. Now, my position is that as at 2015, that Nigerians were already complaining. Barrister, don't
it
say
was
it.
No, he has the right to
No,
I also have my right.
Yes,
it was APC.
It was not APC. Nigerians were complaining.
It was not
Rice was
Nigerian.
8,000 naira.
No, it was.
Has rice always been 8,000 naira?
It was not Nigeria. It was APC people and their propaganda.
That did what? Propaganda.
Okay.
It was propaganda that moved rice from 4,000 to
When they went to protest in Ojota, was it Nigerians? Was it not APC people?
Barrister, is it not Nigerians that make up APC?
All right, let's move away from.
All the things they promised, have they done any?
Okay.
All the things they promised.
Because I don't want to believe that. Look, I don't want to believe that. I know that. Look, APC has taken us to, like we say in our local parlance, it carry us to go where we know. APC is taking us where we know, but it doesn't, remove the fact that look, as at the time PDP was in government, that Nigerians were already complaining of hardship. It's just unfortunate that APC couldn't manage the situation. That's my position.
All right, let's take some more headlines.
When you grab something by,
I'm wondering why you've been quiet.
Now you are talking about APC. By 2012, if it was possible for an average Nigerian to go to Aso Rock and take Jonathan and throw him back to Otoke, Nigerians would do it. There was nothing that, to the point that they said Buhari should bring his NEPA bill in place of certificate. Suddenly we have just forgotten now that it was that bad. Money was spent as if it would go out of circulation during Jonathan's era. At the point, that's why they said he was clueless at that time. Suddenly now, you are now deodorizing him as if it's the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria and Nigerians. That's why I kept quiet and I said,
yes.
So if tomorrow comes now, somebody will come here and begin to praise APC again. That we thought APC was bad, but APC was better.
Nobody will praise APC.
We wait. I don't want to forget that it was under APC that we had the likes of Desiree Alison.
I wonder
that is still on the run.
Yes.
Was that what?
Who was what?
Under
Under PDP. Well, look, I have told you here, if you compare what is going on now and what PDP did in office, in fact, PDP was a saint.
Yes, we agree.
We agree.
They were sent in office.
I said we agree. Can we move on?
Yes, agree with me for once.
Okay.
So that deliberate.
What?
They increased this tariff.
And they like this kind of argument in the studio, this kind of debate or argument in the studio. Yes, everybody have their own views and their own views on issues, the way they analyze things. Do you understand? So I want you to take your time, listen to this argument or this analysis, this debate in the studio. So you give your own contribution, leave your own honest opinion. Let's get things let's get things right here. See who is wrong, who is right, or who is telling us the truth among these people, because a lot of things is going on. The country is a lot of things has gone on under APC. That's a fact. Everybody knows that, and it's still going wrong. And the governors we have in different states, they're not doing what they should, or godfatherism, issues like that. So a lot is going on. We all know this. So there's nothing to complete. I mean, there's nothing to about. So now, watch this video. We'll come back and talk about it. As a journalist, when you are presenting, you are the moderator. You are presenting issues. It's for you. You have guests in the studio. It's for you to moderate. Even if you want to give your remarks, your comments, your submission, you shouldn't make it look real to people that you have your own preferred candidate. You are supporting a particular or candidate A or candidate B. You're supposed to be neutral. Even if outside, especially when you are in the studio. Outside the studio, you are going to vote for whoever you wish to vote for. But on air, you should be moderate. You are not supporting this, you are not supporting that. You need to balance issues. Do you understand? That's why sometimes on this, a lot of people keep talking about Okoro. Anyways, just take your time, watch the video. You understand what I'm talking about. But please don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Be your guy runner for me now.
Yeah, he's going to take that because knowing Wike for whom he is, I don't think he's the type that takes prisoners. So they would have collected every power from Fubara. They would have made sure that he will no longer breed on his own, with Wike's men surrounding him. Another condition that he was ordered not to even talk. That man is seriously in bondage, but he will not tell anybody.
Do you think he might decamp to the APC?
Well, it is either he decamp or they impeach him.
You think they might still impeach him?
If he wants to assert himself, that's the next thing. And when they impeach him like Balala Bemosa, that's all over. Those houses of assembly members, do you think they are happy? They are taking directives also from the Oga in Abuja. Look, we don't have a democracy in Rivers State, seriously. Maybe until 2027 comes and goes, we will not know whether there is a democracy in Rivers State or not. As for this Fubara, forget it. He's just trying to play to the gallery.
All right. Let's get your thoughts.
Well, for me, there are no options for Fubara other than to toe this path. Because if he had the State Assembly, at least, I recall that when Akeredolu wanted to instigate the House of Assembly to impeach Agbola, when the fight got to a point that it became irreconcilable, Agbola held on to 9 of the legislators. And Akeredolu needed 2 from the 9 on his side to pull the rug under his feet. But Agbola was so tenacious about it that he held on to those 3 until
those 9.
He finished his term. So
Okay, so the House couldn't impeach him.
they couldn't impeach him.
Okay.
You
Check.
But yeah, you have 27.
Well, when you now have 27 against 4,
Well, they're actually, is it 31? In
31,
total? 31 in total.
31 house.
Everything here resigned. Okay.
The 4 now, the 4 is with Fubara.
But it's still, if not for this crisis, they would have had election to bring in the 31st member. But the point is, there is no way Fubara can survive this. The only way is to become Mr. Gentle and earn his pay. As a matter of fact, if he wants to eat, he has to take order from the State Assembly.
And they tell him what to eat.
And they will tell me what to eat. Otherwise, because no matter if the whole of Rivers State gather in Port Harcourt and say no, the moment those 27 members are in that chamber with the maze, whatever anybody does outside that chamber is null and void.
With security backup.
With security backup. So it's a helpless situation for Fubara.
I'm telling you.
And so the best bet is for him to just koto and allow.
So he's a conquered man.
I mean, not just conquered.
He dug his own grave from beginning. Is it compulsory that we must be governor at all costs?
Okay, now for me, the situation is this. Mostly started with an opening line. He said that when the state of emergency was called off, for 24 hours we didn't see Fubara, but we got information that he was in Abuja. He went back to Port Harcourt, resumed office, and now went back to Abuja. So
you can see, of course.
And Barrister also said, I want to put the bits and pieces together. Barrister said something that there is no democracy in Rivers State. Yes, I agree with you, but I would like to expand it. What is going on in Rivers State, believe me, happens in more than 2/3 of the states in Nigeria.
Yeah.
The governors take clearance. The governors take approvals from one person. No, it might not be from the president. It might not be from the president. But the way it works is that if I'm leaving office, I put you there. So you have to do my biddings and cover my acts. You could say that the Lagos State governor probably takes directives from someone. The person in some of the states in the southwest, Edo, takes from someone. Practically all the states. So democracy is, what we are practicing, according to Barrister, is not democracy. A situation where somebody is bold enough to say, I made you governor.
I made you governor.
I made you senator.
The statement sickens me.
You are in the House of Representatives. All thanks to me.
You were not able to produce a government. You were not able to produce a successor.
In the case of Rivers, Mr. Okoro, the man is now serving 2 masters at the same time.
No, he's one master. Because the other 2 masters are in the same room now.
No, it's 2 masters because the president is there and Wike is there.
They are on the same page. They are on the same page. Wike and the president.
No, what Wike wants may not be what the president wants.
I doubt that.
No, let me explain. Let me explain to you.
Okay.
When the state of emergency was called off, did you remember what Wike said?
What did he say?
That if he wanted, he can extend the state of emergency. So who actually imposed the state of emergency?
I didn't hear him say that.
Oh my God.
He said something in that line. They wanted to make more trouble. They wanted to make trouble to ensure that state of emergency continues.
So
they would have.
The man is, so it's like an attack dog has been unleashed in Rivers State.
No, like the Rivers situation, like one analyst said, Nigeria is an unusual place and we see unusual things happen. Rivers State is one of them. And I hope that we don't see another state get into all of that, because once there's a problem between Godfather and Godson, this is exactly what happens.
That's what happens. Oh well, what's your take? What's your reaction? Let's take that one before we get into another story.
On Rivers.
Yes, on Rivers.
My brother, you see, I have looked at the whole scenario. It is becoming unbecoming of us as a people. But for us, it's as if that we are crying more than the bereaved. We're very sincere, because the man at the at the saddle or at the signature of all eyes as relate to the imbroglio rivers is at peace. For me, that's to tell you that the crop of governors we have now, they are all puppets with utmost humility. Because if you try to equate it with 1999 to 2007, you will see that there is a complete departure. There is a complete lacuna. As a governor, as the name implies, what you have now during the reign of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a Lagos State governor, there's no way you can cajole or you can coerce him to do what is not within, or perhaps ordinarily that he will not, you understand. But for us, the ones we have now, it be played out even in what's it called, Akwa Ibom. You see, we have bottle feeding governors across board. I'm going to be very frank. There is no governor in this country today that can boldly confront the status quo, that can confront the president or the presidency.
Do you think all of this has to do with the parties increasing their nomination forms and expression of interest forms, making it unaffordable to those that ordinarily will be their own persons, but then having to, kowtow to someone who purchases the form on their behalf and basically puts them there? Do you think the problem cannot be dissociated from the parties themselves?
My brother, it is not. Like all these persons, all these governors that you have seen before their emergence as governor, they are multi-millionaires in dollars.
Oh, really?
They are multi-millionaires in dollars. One time commissioner, one time this, one time that. A serving senator. You want to say a serving senator is like a council chairman? I have been a council chairman. You want to say a serving senator? No. Or a House of Rep member? No. You see, there's no way you can give what you don't have. There's no way. Like in Edo State, for instance, like what we have here now, as we speak very just now, we're doing an economic summit in Glasgow.
We're coming to Edo State because you and I had a conversation yesterday, and I also saw pictures from friends of mine in Glasgow. Pictures taken. Unfortunately, I can't bring the pictures up here. Let's go to the Guardian. The Guardian, leads us into Edo State. The headline here from the Guardian newspaper says, "Tension in Edo LGs as acting chairman receive impeachment notices." What is going on in Edo State? Talk to us about it.
Mr. Moses, this with utmost humility, let me call it spade a spade. This INEC and the Supreme Court governor presiding over Edo is, he said it some time ago. Whether he said new sheriff in town, new sheriff in town. So what we are saying now, you have a parliamentary system in the local councils in Edo, where they elect councillors among the councillors. They now elect within themselves who now become the local government chairman or chairman across the 18 local governments. That's what we are experiencing in Edo. Why so parts? Well, I've said it before in this same platform. Even as I speak, I don't even know the system of a government that we are running in Nigeria. Some say it's a liberal, some say it's a presidential, some say it's a quasi, but whatever. But in Edo, there is a new twist where they practice in the state, but in the local councils, you have councillors elevating to becoming a council chairman. You see, we find ourselves at a crossroad, at a very precarious situation that we cannot help ourselves. That is the gospel truth. That is the gospel truth. We find ourselves at a place where we can no longer help ourselves. As we speak now, Edo, administratively, in all facets of human endeavor, we are not finding it easy anymore. Is it security? Is it the area of education? Is it the area of the way they govern the people? You can see that we are confused as a people. The local government system is different from what you have in the state. We are confused. Edo is confused. Including my humble self. It is confusing me, but not like that of the other governor. As we are seeing it, he said it from his ab initio. He said it that he will give us security. He said it in the trying to present budget that it is indeed confusing me. And you can see the administrative system we have in Edo is confusing all Edolites, including the professors. I had a chat with a professor in University of Benin yesterday. The man was perplexed. He was confused. He was dumbfounded. He doesn't know what to say. A old professor. The professor I'm talking to is a professor of political science. So if such a man is confused, what do you take me for? What do you take a man that read medicine? What do you take a man that read biochemistry? So my brother, this is a clear call for all of us. Because what we fail to do now, that we fail to do will not become the sacrifice tomorrow. That is it. I know be saying this thing. You see, I told them, and I sympathize with those men that abandoned their party. And I reminded some of them yesterday. I said there is a Ugandan proverb which says that if you advise a lion to become a vegetarian, you will one day be used as a vegetable. That's what has happened in Edo. Okay. You can see what is happening, my brother. We are crying, out for an average Nigerian to come to the rescue of Edo. As we speak now, our governor, the INEC giving us governor, is in Glasgow doing a investment where you have if you take a look at the persons. Let me learn with this thought. If you take a look at the persons at the table, they are the party chairman, the House of Assembly member, they are not the new investors. It is saddening. It is quite sad and disheartening.
We do have a picture that shows the events in Glasgow and some of the persons on the table, as you say. Now the person in front there was the moderator, but then you have some other persons there. You have Afegwa, that's the second person there from if you come from the left side of your camera. You have Honorable Umaru Musa Ikilo, Secretary to the Edo State government. You have Prince Kazim Afegwa, Commissioner Designate of Information. You have Mr. Amen Odigye, MD, Edo State Investment Promotion Office. You have Honorable Osawanyi Atu, Deputy Speaker, Edo State House of Assembly. You have Honorable Hussein Leki, Chairman, House Committee on Business, Trade and Investment. You also have Honorable Jonathan Ibame, Majority Leader, Edo State House of Assembly. Now, shouldn't there be these people there? I mean, what is wrong with having these people there? What is wrong?
Mr. Moses.
Comrade, sir.
Mr. Moses.
I'm all ears.
The summit, according to them, is tagged Investment Summit. What did they call it?
Global Investment Summit.
Yes. Can you see any investors in that table?
No,
that is my question before you. What it's very simple. The other governor went to UK as a sort of they said he was develop a headache, so he went for a treatment and eventually coincided with their state party chairman. What's his name? I've forgotten the fellow's name, whether Jarrett or Tenebe or I don't know. That the state party chairman who eventually was having his birthday coincidentally. And you see what they did, they came up with that initiative so that they can retire the money spent on the exercise. We have a development worker. I've been NGO.
Yes, sir. Let me ask you this question. I want us to make economic sense, business sense in all of this. Now, it is tagged Edo Investment Summit, going to showcase the investment opportunities that you have in Edo State. And I asked this question during the morning show. If you want to pitch for a multinational, if you are looking for a contract with a multinational company, do you go to the multinational company's office or do they come to you? When we see London Investment Summit, we have people from all over the world. Like if you like the annual Guangzhou this thing that the trade fair that holds in China, you have people from all over the world. You have people from America, Europe, Asia, Latin America. Go there, to showcase their businesses. It's a place where investors converge. Now, is that the problem that and I don't like the fact that you call this governor the INEC governor. I mean, he's the governor of Edo State. Please, let's get that clear. And when the governor goes to UK to say this is Edo Investment Summit, and he has on the table maybe solid minerals, palm oil, palm kernel, all the investment opportunities in real terms on the table for investors to come and take a look, and you tell them, look, this is what we have. We have fertile land, we have free space, the judiciary is working, there is security and all of that. Is there anything wrong with that? Because if you do it in Benin City, who is going to come? From Europe, from America?
Mr. Okoro, you've answered part of the question.
Okay.
You said when China, Singapore, even the United Kingdom, where they are having their summit. Have you seen them bringing their summit to Nigeria? I think this colonial mentality, this enslavement, this. We've had a series of economic summits during the era of his predecessor, during Obaseki, even before that time. So some people, when you are having it, let the people come and explore their borders of your state. It's an opportunity for another, tourism, excursions to some sites. A situation where you don't move the whole executive, the whole legislature, the whole judiciary to Glasgow to have an economic summit. It is an exercise in futility. Time to come, my brother. As a journalist, today's day, go and write it down. You will know that this exercise is an exercise. It's a process to retire the treatment of headache and the birthday of their state party chairman in London.
Now, the former governor Obaseki, didn't he travel to look for foreign direct investments?
When he went, it is to woo the people. He went there to not moving with the whole ESCO.
No. But are you saying that Obaseki used to travel alone?
Maybe one or two persons. What he does during his time, take one from the local council or two representatives that will represent the 18. Then take one from among his executive and the legislator. So that when they come, they will do what we call cascade. Those people that he took along will brief the other members or his colleagues. That's exactly what is done. Now that we are saying there is an economic that all is not very well with us financially, and we are now having this bogus, according to my son, this bogus amount of moving the whole electorate of Edo Executive Council and part of legislators and part of the judiciary to go and study or to go for an investment summit. My brother, it is laughable. It is an exercise in futility. As I said, it is a process to retire the headache treatment in UK and to retire the expenditure of the state party chairman in the United Kingdom.
All right then. Well, thank you, Comrade Destiny and Ablele. Let's hear from the gentleman in the studio. Barrister.
Why are you surprised? You can't give what you don't have. We said it. It started when some people went to Asorok and there was a discussion and they were asking, somebody asked them, do you want me to give you Edo State? And they said, yeah, give us Edo State, give us Edo State. So they gave them Edo State and that's the result. From inception.
Is it the person that asked them to go to Glasgow and hold investment?
Hold on now, Mr. Okoro. When you have a bad leader, somebody who have no close idea of leadership, and you put him to lead, these are the things you see. No focus, no direction, no ideology. He couldn't even campaign, Mr. Okoro. Oshomole was teleguiding him, telling him what to say. His own budget, he couldn't read it.
Everyone has a mentor.
Which mentor to tell you what to say? No, mentor to tell you what to say in a campaign ground. Your English, even a primary school.
Let's not speak about it.
When you are, that's the result. When they say
it's possible to slip. It's possible for one to have a slip of tongue.
You see, let me advise you, and Okoro. You have played the devil advocate for too long. Not when I'm around. You can't play that. This man is a good man who have a master's according to them. There are certain things expected of him for somebody who claims to have been educated. Not all those slip here and there.
Okay.
The
fact of the matter is, we can't all have the same view.
I know. I'm not saying to, but this one you are doing now, you are trying to play the devil's advocate. That's what you are trying to do, because it was clearly wrong. For your own budget, the man was struggling with figures.
I believe that can happen to anybody.
It cannot happen to anybody. It can happen to anybody. After that, this other one that I will give you security.
There's a fee I write and give you to pronounce.
After all those things, the actual governance come. Look at what the people are getting.
Let's talk about the.
Are they getting the
local governments?
Some people are saying the man is trying.
Who are the people? APC people.
Let's talk about what is going on within the local governments, the impeachments, the resignation.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about that.
Because they want to be in control like his oga. You can't. Of course, like father, like son.
Is the whole idea is politicians play more of politics than governance in this country. And that's where we are today. For me, the moment you become a governor, a president, even a local government chairman, you don't begin to look at the calculations of where votes came from or where you didn't get
ordinarily.
You should be concerned.
But the APC government seems to consider that, because we had former President Buhari say he's got in the second
95 and 7.
Very vindictive statement.
So, and he lived it out. He played it out.
Of course.
Yes,
and you and I kept quiet. We didn't talk.
How much of resonance can our engagement here have impact? How much of impact can?
Well, the more we do it, of course, it's.
No, I'm not saying we should give up. But then the point is, these people, they know the limitations of our agitation. They know that once we press, like I always tell my friend, I say, if you have a problem in this country, your prayer point should be, let another problem that is greater than my own happen.
Even if it is not greater.
Even if it is not greater.
Let it national problem.
Let it become a national problem. Everybody will just forget. Do you know that if you are talking about better Edo today, how many people still remember?
You are talking about better Edo. What of Natasha? Resumption is in the until National Assembly, Senate resumes now. And if it doesn't go back, after like 2 or 3, 4, 5 days, Nigeria will move on.
That is it.
They know the level of political ignorance we have.
So the point is, even when during the campaign, you recall that when Yar'Adua wanted to be brought as president, Obasanjo was the one doing the campaign. Nobody saw him.
Tomorrow they say you are dead.
No, they say you are dead.
Are you dead? The man must be worried with that statement.
So even this election that we're talking about, that brought up how many times did he mount the microphone, mount the rostrum, and begin to talk to Edo people? Oshomole did almost the campaign. So, and how do you interrogate somebody who wants to lead you for 4
The
years.
same thing for the PDP. Obaseki did almost all the campaign for Ighodalo.
Ighodalo, that's what I'm saying.
It was about the same thing. So I don't think there's anything.
No, I'm not looking at the way this play out.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
How is it not the same?
No, it's not the
You know,
same.
as for Ighodalo, fine gentlemen.
Campaign. I'm not talking about his eloquence. I'm talking about campaigning during the campaign ground.
Yes, now
Like the president goes to
Obaseki
campaign for
did all the
government.
campaigns.
You know,
Moses, the truth
Ighodalo
about it
spoke. He
is,
spoke by himself. He spoke by himself.
the incumbent has a lot to protect more than the person that is succeeding him. And so you must make sure that your baby gets there so that they can watch your back.
Yabu.
And that's what is playing out.
So are we going to see an implosion in Edo State?
It's likely. It's likely because whenever there is evil conspiracy like this, it is not sustainable. I'm telling you. I am looking at Edo State. I'm looking at Imo State. At least
What does
God
Imo
is
State do?
So now,
revealing.
talking about looking at Imo State, did you see the picture where the president was shaking hands with Fubara?
Of course.
Yes.
Did you see the picture?
Yes, I saw a picture.
I think it is hope those are the man that ushered him into the president's office. Look at that picture very well. The man that stood behind him
behind him.
happens
Okay.
to be Hope Uzodimma.
All right, I think Comrade Destiny has a contribution. Go ahead, please.
This. You see, the issue that whether Asolime and it's already on the same pedestal at all, not on the same level. Up to 85% of the campaign of the September last year, it was up to over 85%. Asolime was in charge. You can do your own findings. There is no way, even as a city governor, I must say this. It was given the back seat. I was with Asolime from the beginning as an aspirant till this minute. So there's no way you try to marry both. With utmost humility, I wouldn't want to mention the Senator Okpewolo's name because Okoro said just now that he's a governor. Well, that's a topic for another day. So for me, we must call a spade a spade. See what happened? You see, I'm coming. Let me land with this. You see, you can see what they are doing now. They are coercing some to resign. They are some are resigning voluntarily because of the last Saturday elections.
Yes.
That the court kicked against.
And he went ahead.
Is more than void. And they still went ahead to conduct that election. You see, when some of us said that this crop of persons, the president and his co-travelers, they are likely to lose the 14. Some persons say, Destiny, I'm going too far. I'm not going too far. When you cannot longer respect your law, the court, then there is a fundamental problem. Well, I don't blame them because the court, again, are not being what Ighodalo will refer to in a state of ilaga filogo. That is the same we find ourselves in the court and the judiciary in this country.
Okay, Honorable Comrade Destiny. You see, we've had a lot of activists come from Edo State. Why are they not speaking at this time?
My brother, I must be very frank with you. The majority of us are afraid. You saw what happened in the last, where some big wigs of the party, their houses were being demolished or being marked for demolition. Even the present House of Rep member in one of the federal constituency in Edo Central, his house, Marcus Inobu, was being marked for demolition. But since he has joined APC, I put it on Shomole 10 that if you watch a sinner, if you join APC, your sins are forgiven. Have you heard that they want to demolish Onobu's house? It's no longer a cut head, but it's not a saint. That is not the new song. So majority of all these comrades, some of them they are afraid, or perhaps some of them they are not doing tete-a-tete, doing like your team, perhaps eating jollof rice. Okay, according to so worry.
Now, with all those people leaving the PDP and other parties and joining the APC and having their sins washed away, don't you think there might be issues within the APC in the coming days, and there might be some sort of implosion in states where we have this, play out?
Our prayer is that our enemy will stumble, will fall.
Okay.
My grandmother, I grew up with my grandmother when I lost my father when I was in secondary school. She would say, let me try to quote her. You are going after a thief. He's saying that he has used the head to hit the stone, or the leg with the stone. You are pursuing the thief to enable us to catch the thief and to come and pay for his sins. And he's saying that he has hit the stone with his leg. So
I've told you now. You see, when we're talking about, we are not even going to compare between APC and PDP and APC. So the comparison, we are not going to compare. The comparison is not there. The gap is too much. Do you understand? And this one, Okoro said, it's a lie. People were already complaining under PDP government. Under PDP government, if the level of complaint at that time, if we still have PDP government now, or if we should bring back PDP's government now, I tell you, the level of complaint we see, that means there's no complaint at all. there will be no complaint at all. Do you understand? There will be no complaint at all. But now it has gone worse. Things has gone worse. Where should we even start from? Should we talk about insecurity? If we talk about insecurity, at that time, under PDP, insecurity, it was only in the north. And it was just Boko Haram. Boko Haram versus Chibok girls. And that one was propaganda. That one was just to destabilize Jonathan's government at that time. Because the Northerners were not happy. Because Yaradua couldn't fulfill, couldn't make it. Because only God knows. Right? That's something you cannot question God. So they were not happy that Jonathan was doing second term after doing 2 years of Jonathan of Yaradua's administration, when Yaradua passed on that time after completing 2 years. So they were not happy Jonathan continued again doing 4 years. So that was why it was a propaganda they set up that against him, just to frustrate his administration by kidnapping those Chibok girls. Before you know, according to Jonathan interview he started granting of recent, what happened at that time, before he knows, they were planning what to do. Actually, they are working, we could see. The next thing was Obama while Michelle was already holding placards, Chibok girls, this and that. All those things, effort was to destabilize his administration because they were not happy. And Jonathan, being a gentleman, it's not like this one we have in government, this rascality as a president who does not care. And Jonathan cares at that time. He was doing everything possible. He focused on the north to make sure this insecurity is solved. We do not hear anything about insecurity in the south. The southeast was peaceful at that time under PDP. This is not a joke. This is a fact. It was peaceful at that time. But now, 12 years or 10 years of Buhari or APC government, everything has changed. You talk about people were complaining at that time. People were complaining, but there was money. People were working. They were still living fine. The jobs they were doing at that time was still enough for them to pay their bills and all those things. Yes, PDP were sharing money. It was 50-50 for them. Let's share the money. But Nigerians were not hungry the way Nigerians are hungry now. Money were what concerned me with, after all, these people that steal billions of naira, we not do them anything. Now me won't go do them. EFCC not do them anything. Government not do them anything. Now me won't go do them something. So they were stealing money. It's government. Now government money they were stealing. But the citizens were not hungry. The citizens were, the jobs, businesses were still going on. Those laborers, they were still doing handy job. Those handymen, they were still doing their normal businesses. But now, they are hungry. Their small businesses have been taken away. Those handymen, they don't go to job again because people are not building house. People are not doing side job, except the extremely rich one now. And some of those people, those are estate agent. If you are not connected, you are not connected. Do you understand what I'm saying? At that time, fuel was affordable. Babin Salute, take for instance, Babin Salute could on generator 7 as far as 7 p.m. that time, night don't come. Even if you are working, you are not working. 7 p.m. you on generator till 10 p.m. 11 p.m. you cruise. You decided to go even if there is customer or no customer because fuel was affordable. You can run that, but now you dare not. Because of that, some Babin Salute shut down. 7 p.m. they already cruise. 7 p.m. when there is no customer. They can't afford to on generator just like that. Meanwhile, the person has not done anything since morning. And even during Jonathan PDP, not even in the night, during daytime, afternoon, if you are bored in shop, whether there is customer, there is no customer, especially some Babin Salute that is always busy, or at least they are doing well. Even at some point there is no customer during afternoon, you are just bored and heat, especially that hot weather. You can on generator and watch films. People come and charge phones. Is that one still happening today under this government? No. So you're talking about food price of fuel and services, at least electricity, affordable, you can pay. That's when a whole flat at that time, a whole flat, 3-bedroom flat, 2-bedroom flat, they'll go and pay 1,500, 2,500, 2,000 naira. That's what they were paying. Yes, they were still complaining at that time that the 2,000 naira was too much because of still the way the country at that time. But they were complaining, they were making enough money to pay. So the complaint was not really that too much. The complaint was not really that people are not eating a leftover at that time. People eat all varieties of food. What hungry then? That's what people were eating at that. They eat whatever comes to their mind, whatever, anything that their mind, their heart feels like they want to eat. That's what they were eating. Not now. People are eating crumbs. People are eating leftover. Everything now is sachi. You want to go and buy groundnut oil, you want to go and buy this, you want to go and buy everything Sachi, just for affordability, just for you to afford it. You want to go and buy 2 bags of yarn, you can't afford to buy 1-2 bags of yarn. They have to cut it for you. Everything is Sachi. Most products now they were not packaging like Isachi before this small this thing. Now they are doing it just for people to afford it. All the big ones, people cannot afford them. And you are comparing PDP's time to this time that things were bad, and now again you say global inflation. Every other countries, is it only Nigeria that is going through inflation or that went through inflation? Other countries, if you travel, yes, things has increased over the time to time. But for example, if you travel to the Europe, or you travel to the UK, or you travel to America, for those people who do travel, if you go 2 years ago, what they were selling 2 years ago till today, what they are selling, the difference is, in fact, you don't even know the difference. It's almost the same thing. Not like Nigeria, you just see 300% increase at once. You dare not. Their citizens will not survive it. What you used to buy, for example, in the UK, for example, if you travel to the UK, you understand what I'm saying. What you used to buy £1 before, then you just wake up, go to the supermarket in the following day. They said that thing you used to buy £1 before is now £5. How are they going to survive it? So what you budgeted for to buy for £15 before, one item, one in 15. Now, do you know how much is that? They can't survive it. Government subsidize everything for them, including transportation. Since subsidy gone, what have these people done in removal of subsidy to help the citizens? Now they say CNG buses. Where is the CNG? This thing now, the price don't go up, isn't it? So you can't compare PDP's government with this time. Security, no. In terms of inflation, no, you can't compare. GDP, you can't compare. So why would you be comparing PDP's government to this government? People were still building houses at that time under PDP. But now, hey, go and check. A lot of projects that people abandoned since then. If it was still PDP's era, they would have completed these projects since. Do you understand? You can't compare. Okay, even if Nigerians complain at that time, was it not? We are complaining. We want good. We want change. Now, this is not the change they promised us. Now we are going from bad to worse, from bad to baddest. So can we ever have era where we buy a bag of rice for 10,000 again? Can we still have it? Can we still have a time where we are going to buy fuel, a liters of fuel, 100, 150 or 200 naira, the case may be? Can we still have that era again? I doubt it. You see, this level of kidnapping, at some point, we're not hearing it, but now it's everywhere. Why? Because of bad governance, bad government. In fact, no, somebody should not just talk about that. What do you think? So please share this video. Please, I'll be your guide runner for me now. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel.